The crypto world is shaking. Bitcoin dominance just crashed under 60%. This move shows that money is flowing into altcoins. Imagine waking up to this beautiful gain on XRP. Headlines like this, talking about Solana meme coins, or your favorite AI agent project, Griffin, with a chart that looks like this. It might look and sound like a dream. But this is exactly what happened in the big rally this past November to January, when the crypto market added $1 trillion and many coins won big. Right now, these key signals are showing where we are in this cycle. They all point to one thing. Risk is spreading across the market, and we're setting up for another strong wave. In this video, I'm going to reveal those metrics, especially because they're helping smart traders stay ahead. Then I'm going to break down the biggest winners from that November to January rally, the ones that surprised everyone with huge gains. Why did XRP lead the comeback for older coins? How did AI agent projects like Griffin on Solana take off? What made Solana's ecosystem and tokens like Ondo so strong? You'll learn the simple reasons for their success. Then the real value. Clear proof on why these groups could win again in the next phase. I'll share triggers to watch, what could go wrong, and signals to spot the move early. The timing really matters here, so hit that like button and subscribe, and let's go. Before we dive in, everything I'm about to share is purely educational content, not financial advice. The crypto market is highly volatile and risky, so please do your own research and never invest more than you can afford to lose. Now, let's start with those three signals. They connect to one idea. Risk is growing, with money moving from Bitcoin to altcoins, like in the last rally. The first signal is one of the strongest. Bitcoin tracking to global M2 liquidity. The purple line is the price of Bitcoin, and the yellow line is global liquidity, which is the amount of money available in the system, including cash and savings. Just look at how insanely tight the correlation is between the two of them. The yellow line tells the future. Analysts were spooked when they saw global liquidity starting to trend right here. But things reversed and are now on the way up again. We should definitely expect to see dips along the way, but the macro trend is showing a strong move up. This is the chart that I've been talking about on the channel for a very long time, and it's a perfect example of why you need to subscribe and turn on post notifications. Crypto space moves super fast, and I release 1 to 2 videos every single day. So if you want to be part of a winning team, then make sure you subscribe. The second signal is the total stablecoin market cap. This shows more money is flowing into crypto, ready to move from stablecoins to other coins like Bitcoin or altcoins. This chart paints a clear picture. Even with all of the volatility we've seen, this is one metric that keeps going up. It means people are bringing cash into the market to trade, and they're not taking it out. This is the dry powder that's fueled rallies in the past. A key sign to watch early is exchange inflows of stablecoins. There's more and more coming in, even while the market dips. Investors are treating it as a buy the dip opportunity. The third signal is Ethereum's MACD turning positive on the monthly chart for the first time since April 2022. The MACD, or Moving Average Convergence Divergence, is a tool that compares two averages of price, a short-term 12-period average and a longer-term 26-period average. On the monthly chart, this means it's looking at the last 12 months versus the last 26 months. The MACD then creates a signal line from a 9-period average of that difference. When the blue MACD line crosses above the orange signal line, it shows buying momentum is stronger than selling. This positive crossover after more than 3 years is a big shift. It means that Ethereum's long quiet phase is over. We know historically that when Ethereum turns positive on the MACD, it usually leads powerful rallies that lift the entire altcoin market. I'm gonna zoom in here and show you just how subtle this move is on this chart. We're at the cusp, and I'll be watching very, very closely. And here's another reminder of why you should subscribe to this channel. I'm doing all the heavy lifting for you on metrics that are changing. All you have to do is tune in. And here's a bonus metric for you. Google Trends is showing a big spike up for people searching for cryptocurrency since the beginning of July. The chart is literally going vertical, which is something we haven't seen since the last bull run of 2021. It tells us that the general public is starting to search for crypto, which is a sign of retail attention coming back. And with attention comes the money. And speaking of money, if you're interested in trading this market, whether that's futures with leverage or even spot trading, then I recommend you check out BTCC. Guys, you always hear me talk about having multiple exchanges and taking advantage of special offers. Through my link down below, you'll get a 10% deposit bonus on BTCC. That means if you deposit $1,000, you'll get $100 extra to trade with. They also have other bonuses of up to $10,000 per year. I've moved most of my trading over to BTCC recently, and it's been great. They've been around for 14 plus years, and they have a lot of good things going on there. So give it a try and let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Now guys, if you were around to see the November to January rally, then you know how big it was. We saw $1.42 trillion added to the crypto market cap, a 64% increase. We saw Bitcoin hit the big 100K milestone, but then money shifted quickly. Altcoins took over as Bitcoin dominance fell, exactly like it is now at under 60%. That rally had some big winners, and we can learn a lot from those winners. I'm gonna break them down into 3 key groups. Each tells a different story about where the real money is moving. First up are the older, larger cap coins that everyone had written off. XRP and HBAR went from forgotten to market leaders, and here's why that matters. XRP was a standout performer. It shot up 580% from around 50 cents before the US election to well over $3 by mid-January. That's a multi-year high. While Bitcoin managed just 9% gains in January, XRP pushed to over 63%. But what drove all of this? Real partnerships. XRP now works with over 300 banks, including major names like Santander and American Express. Add in the ETF excitement and you have some serious institutional momentum. The SEC ending its appeal was the final piece of the puzzle that a lot of investors were waiting for. HBAR tells a similar story, but with its own unique reasons. It did even bigger numbers than XRP with a whopping 871% gain from November to January. The Hedera network has been quietly building real enterprise adoption while everyone was focused on newer chains. And this isn't even the full list. Their tech is being used in everything from supply chain tracking to carbon credit tokenization. The big breakthrough came through RWA tokenization partnerships with connections to BlackRock and other banks that brought institutional credibility. The list could go on and on. But can XRP and HBAR lead again? Policy wins and fresh headlines to keep attracting capital. But here's the other thing. When retail finally does go into crypto, they usually go to a website like CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap and start going down the list of top cryptos. XRP is number 3 and HBAR is number 22. Their research will mostly be focused on what they see on this list. And don't forget, a lot of these older big cap coins are easily accessible through regular brokerage accounts in the form of ETFs. And they're on the first page of every major crypto exchange. Yes, it's that simple. Here's your trigger signal. Watch for XRP to BTC chart or the HBAR to BTC chart making new highs while Bitcoin dominance drops. The risk? Well, if there's no new news, newer blockchain projects could just steal the spotlight. What should you monitor? Well, keep an eye on the metrics for the XRP ledger and watch the growth of tokenized assets there as well. You should also monitor the total value locked for Hedera. News and partnership announcements are also extremely important for these two, so make sure you stay on top of it. If all that sounds like too much work, I have an alternative for you. Come and join me in the FireHustle VIP Discord. My team and I have really built something special. It's where we share our latest research, break down up-and-coming projects, and discuss market moves as they happen. The community response has been amazing, and we're constantly adding new resources based on what members want most. We're doing the heavy lifting for you, so check it out with the link down below in the description, and at the very least, try it out. So let's talk about the second group, AI. This is where things get really interesting. Everyone's favorite AI tokens performed really well. Render pumped 187%, ICP was up 128%, and Near Protocol rallied up 135%. But that's not the story here. Those are baby numbers compared to what I'm about to show you. Solana's AI agents were the actual breakout stars. Here's the annual report from CoinGecko. AI agents grew 322% in Q4 from $4.8 billion to $15.5 billion. Solana's hackathon attracted more than 400 projects, and it ended up being the testing ground for AI innovation. Here's Griffin, the AI agent engine that had backing from Solana Labs and recognition from the Solana founder, Toli. Just look at how ridiculous this chart looks. Griffin was the biggest winner of this rally thanks to the innovative tech built on the right network and spot on for the hottest narrative in the market. I personally live deep in the trenches, always researching and getting ahead of the curve. When did I discover Griffin? Well, right here on the first day that it launched. And I shared the information in the FireHustle VIP Discord first, and eventually on X and right here on YouTube. And the trenches are back again now, so make sure you at least subscribe and follow me on X. And for those of you that are ready to go deeper down the rabbit hole, the FireHustle VIP Discord is your portal. The links are all down below. Now, when it comes to AI agents, here's the key insight for you. I think these have a high chance of repeating because the AI agent story has staying power. Big tech companies keep adding use cases and clear development roadmaps are building real value. Your trigger signals? Well, watch for the AI sector market cap to start growing faster than Bitcoin, or look for tokens like Render or Near leading their Bitcoin pairs. For agents specifically, look for when some of these sleeping projects start to finally wake up again. You'll see them start to outperform the big AI caps. Some others to look into include Akasha or AKA and Hustle, which used to be Tensorium, and also keep your eye out for new hackathon announcements. The risk here is excitement fading if the actual products fail to deliver. But here's your monitoring signal. Daily active addresses on AI chains like Solana crossing over 4 million users. And that brings me to the third group. For this one, I combined real-world asset leaders like Ondo with Solana's wider ecosystem, including meme coins like Bonk. These succeeded because they mixed real utility or major hype and rapid money cycles. Ondo had a 270% gain in the period from November to January, and Solana's entire ecosystem also boomed, especially meme coins. Bonk jumped 249% to a record high in November on massive volume. Solana's share of DEX volume went flying with a record 200 billion. But what drove all of this? Well, Ondo's tokenized treasury products are attracting institutional investors looking for yield. Solana's transaction speed and ecosystem is fueling retail trading in memes and DeFi applications. So what are the chances of repetition? Well, for RWA tokens like Ondo, it's high, but they need continued institutional money flow. For Solana's ecosystem, it's high because liquidity returns quickly to fast and cheap platforms. Your trigger for Ondo and RWAs? Well, watch RWA.xyz for growth of tokenized assets. For Solana, watch the DEX volume growth combined with the SOL to BTC ratio rising. The risk? Well, RWA growth could slow down without new institutional partnerships. Solana could get network congestion during high usage periods, and my team and I will be watching all of this very closely. These three groups explain the rally perfectly. Older coins like XRP and HBAR prove that forgotten projects can surge with the right news and updates. AI agents showed us that compelling narratives drive serious gains, and RWA projects and Solana's ecosystem showed us that both institutional utility and just straight up hype can actually drive sustainable demand. Here's why this cycle continues. The Bitcoin 200-day moving average keeps going up, and we have a lot of signals hitting. Which groups have the best odds? Well, I think that AI agents will lead because their stories connect to real technology development. RWA and older large caps need fresh news but can explode when they get it. The most important thing is to stay focused on the metrics I talked about because the crypto market moves fast and it's easy to fall behind. And that's all, folks. If you got value out of this video, then be sure to subscribe for more breakdowns and stay tuned for updates. And if you're interested in more projects that I'm watching closely, then come and join me in the FireHustle VIP Discord. The link is in the description below. And for my futures traders, don't forget to take advantage of that bonus. Remember, this video is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. Do your own research and trade smart. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.